Hello my friends, so the question today is what should we give to a friend who is crazy about Salvador Dali's work? Of course an interior night light that will be decorated based on his paintings. I was inspired to create it by my favorite cheerful craft channel. A couple of times I made fly agaric from their videos and that's what I want to tell you. For me, as a person who has never been involved in modeling, it was difficult. And some details of the building process were not explained at all. So I came up with my own lighter version which everyone can follow. I cut out a circle from cardboard and glued a foil sleeve to it with the help of an adhesive gun. On the other end of the sleeve I glued a circle cut out of cardboard from above and below. The rim of the circle is pasted with a strip of cardboard. I also made these cardboard beams and glued it around the perimeter of this circle. Next, I sealed the open areas with cardboard and we already have a frame looming. Draw the windows and cut them out. I made two different shapes. Friends, what to do with the top? I decided to lengthen the mushrooms a little, so I crumpled the foil and attached the resulting figure to the top of the frame. Further, to be honest, I don't know how to do it at all. I cut a hole, also in fact it was possible not to cut it, and then cut out 4 lines from cardboard and glued them together right on the spot with a gun. The frame is almost ready, only things left is to glaze our windows. I took a piece of transparent polyethylene sheet and cut out the windows from it and glued them. But in fact, an ordinary plastic bottle can work as well. The next stage is working with paper clay. I will leave a link to the video with its recipe. We start from the bottom of our item. I covered the circle and the trunk with this mess and then took the rod and poked everywhere just like that. It turns out to be very effective. It's like moss is growing. And poke a little more on the mushroom stalk. On the frame we work the same way. We apply clay and spread it evenly. It's a different story around the windows. We make rolls from our moss and glue them around the perimeter and inside. I made a texture with a toothpick. still need to make the mushroom skills, which turn over our design. Fill the space with clay, and again using the toothpick rub the gills. To dry them out, I cut a hole in the bottom of the bag and put a mushroom down into it with a pipe. A day has passed, our mushrooms have dried up, and we can move on to the final stage. I printed out the drawings I needed on ordinary office paper on an inkjet printer. Overlap the image with tape to the table and pull the edge of the first strip of tape. The paper exfoliates perfectly. Then I took a plastic file, put the paper face down on it and soaked it with water. Next, I applied PVA glue to the mushroom stock and pasted the image we need to it. For office paper, it's enough just to glue the drawing to the surface and glue it on top. From manipulating the file and the water, my drawing flowed and I had to do everything over again. And now I'll show you how not to do it. If the surface on which you are gluing is not smooth, do not try to glue the whole picture at once. It's better to do it in parts. This is my first experience in decoupage technique and I realized that it's not worth using scissors. It's better to tear the drawing. We paint the windows. I painted our frame tightly with black paint and applied silver paint perpendicular with a flat brush. Friends, we are at the finish line. So I mixed the colors and I got such a heavy dark purple color. I use it to paint over the base of the nightlight, the areas on the stock that we poked with the rod and the gills under the head. Then I applied a light purple color with a sponge and after light blue and finally some gray. Also, in places where there is texture, I added red color, carefully applied it and spread it over the surface with a dry clean brush. I also painted the gills with a flat brush in blue and grey. At the base of our mushrooms, under the stalk, I made a hole and inserted a garland inside. Our night light is ready. Such an item will be a wonderful gift and a good way to spend time doing it yourself. Friends, if you like this video, leave me a like. I will also be glad to receive feedback and will be happy to talk to you in the comments. Bye!